Right here.
Okay, thank you. Cause I was just like, I ain't right without some pen to write stuff. I appreciate that. This is wonderful.
I think that's mine, but
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them might have been off. Okay.
go ahead. It's a brand new one. Let me see that one. And then pens.
Oh, this is gonna be my little notebook. I'm gonna write all my stuff up. And if it comes it up. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh,
Yo. Yo.
okay, cool. I'll be back.
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah.
Hello.
That's definitely clear. Yeah. StreamYard bugs.
Yeah, I don't know what's.
Am I looking, is this right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you just talking, the cameras don't follow you. You good. Whenever you talk, the cameras don't go on you. So you don't have to do anything. That's tough.
So we already live or?
No, not yet. I am.
Right, I forgot because I used to do the live. It's gonna, we press live. It's gonna let us get ready first.
Right, I gotta
Facebook.
find, where is it at?
It
You
ain't
gotta,
like that on YouTube. If you press
Yeah.
that, what's the name, you just go on.
what I call the last one, let's have a conversation. What I called it?
You just said P-Ray versus B.
Oh, P-Ray,
I told you to name it. I would say name it politics. You know what I'm saying?
No. Because then people ain't gonna tune in.
right.
Politics,
Well,
I think, name it like
But I was gonna put
real neighborhood talk or something, or like.
I'm gonna call this like the aftermath.
Right.
Well, I like to play on words. So in between politics is L-I-T. You emphasize L-I-T, lit, and then politics.
Ah, I see what you're doing. I love that. Let me go to your page, but I only got 29%. That shit gonna cut off. Go to your page, share it.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, this is therapy.
Ooh.
This lotus healing.
Yeah, that's a therapeutic practice. All right, we live. What's up, y'all? So we got the man of the hour, and we got a couple guests. And one of the things that I like about today is that we often talk about the need to bring more people into the discussion, seeing new people at the events, and just having and building greater community amongst the community. And so we got some new faces in this place at the Rutues Center for Business and People Development. Again, this space is for rent. And if any of y'all would love to come and just talk some shit, then we got it for y'all, you know what I mean? So share, like, subscribe. We got the Facebook going, we got the YouTube going, and we got a few people here. One that you do know, and we're gonna hear from him all about how he felt about jumping in the lion's den. But before we do that, we gotta get some other folks that we need to introduce, and we're gonna let them introduce themselves. Ladies first, to my left.
I am Brianka Taylor. You can call me BB, you can call me Wendy. It really doesn't matter. Went to Austin High School, part of the Austin area. West Side 290. You know, I represent all of that. So that's me.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Raheem. I was born in New Brunswick, raised in Florida. Did 15 years in prison. So I did from 20 to 35. So I'm a 90s child. So, Tupac raised me. And so I've seen a lot of stuff going on since I've been out. That's changed. And so it's been on my heart to try to figure out a way we can, as a community, get that spirit back. That's all just about who we are as a people. We'd be more important than just some people just sitting around trying to live. It's deeper than rap now. We do come from somebody special. Yeah, people don't see that, but I'm telling you, we're not just existing. That's what I'm trying to say. We're here for a purpose. Now, unless there's somewhere else out there that you see a planet where it's popping like this. You know, we got street signs, and we're talking about laws, and we're talking about community, and we're talking about love, and we're talking about affection. Stuff just don't pop up like that. This ain't regular. I need, especially our people. Black people play. Go to the Bible, go through history, talk to these scientists. I don't care who you talk to. We have always played the most vital role in mankind, period. It bothers, this is only my third podcast, and it bothers me, but I need us to know who we are as a people. As long as we do that, and then we get our community together, we'll be okay. But we've lost that, that's what I'm saying. We're almost becoming like Black Europeans. You know what I mean? We're losing the love for ourselves. You know, so I'm trying to figure that out, and his brother Deondre has been giving me crazy opportunities. You know, but I feel like an alien, like I'm the only one being able to say this and nobody else sees it. I'm like, hold up, ain't you my age? Well, you had to be from where I come from, so I know you saw it. So why are you denying it? And why are you afraid to say something? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where are the men who roar?
Here, let me check something real quick. Can you hear me? My bad. Sorry to cut your wisdom, but I just want to make sure that.
I checked the audio on the live, that's why I was like, what's name?
Oh, so can you hear me? Is
Yeah,
it?
that's why you ain't even know, I was like, sorry.
Right.
Cause I'll be playing the live to make sure that the audio is there. Yeah, y'all. I heard you when you was talking.
You know what? What we could do for you though, because you are a little bit more soft spoken, you could hit the. Let me see this real quick. I can cut your volume up. That can help.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Here. See if that works.
Yeah,
But I cut his mic up though, so let's see. So I cut your wisdom. You was just saying, you know, you want to see the brothers, you know, get more involved. You know, you said roar, we becoming Black Europeans. I do want to touch on that. When you say we become Black Europeans, what you talking about? What you mean?
I know what he's meaning. I know what he's meaning by that because I did study American civilization and we civilize white people. You know what I'm saying? They use us to civilize them. You know what I'm saying? And so they were a community of people, you know what I'm saying, and a vast amount of people, the South, period, you know what I'm saying, who really didn't know how to civilize themselves, who really didn't know how to make like, they didn't eat, you know, vegetables and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, with a balanced diet and everything like that. That's where the term come from, having a pot to piss in and a back door to throw it out of, because that's really what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have no sewage system. You know what I'm saying? So we civilized them and we taught them a lot. We took care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that to help. So what he meaning is that we're getting lost now. When people look to us for direction, you know what I'm saying? But now where's our direction? You know what I'm saying? Now we're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying like I was speaking on with the last podcast or whatever like that, it's systematic though. The way that things have dismantled is systematic, and that's why you keep on seeing liquor stores being built. That's why you keep on seeing that, because they have to use things to keep our minds down, low vibration, so we can get more people on drugs. That's why they drop the drugs on us, and we too smart. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta do something to try to keep these people down. Let me drop the drugs on them back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Make a whole bunch of crackheads, you know what I'm saying? And even their offspring is crack babies, you know what I'm saying? That's going through their own whatever. Now they need Ritalin, or they need now drug them up, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. We're going to use Planned Parenthood to make people get
welfare,
abortion.
Hold on, we get deep. So let me do this. Let me move to T-Night. Let him reintroduce himself, because we ain't got all night, but we got all night.
We got time.
We got time.
Well, And I just saw a very intriguing, I guess, message. As everybody know, I'm T-Night, and right now I'm off the Cutwaters. So please forgive me for what I say, and what you always say, charge it to my heart.
Yeah. Shout out to my head.
Yeah. So yeah, blame it on alcohol. So I did jump into the Lions Den, and my experience was great. And shout out to P. Ray Easley. She is very articulate, and like I said before, I didn't go into the Lions Den to knock her down. A few pegs. It's very impressive. Run that she is on. I aspire to be just as influential. Maybe not in the political world, but definitely in the comedy scene, and and places where I go. I definitely want to be something like that. I was chatting with Dr. Rutues earlier today, and I think politics in itself, because I'm always debating, people over frivolous things, and like sports and other things that I'm interested in. But then when you compare it to like politics, it doesn't compare, what I'm saying, like, because politics is basically about life and death. Because, you have a bunch of people who are, fighting for either crumbs or fighting for the whole pie. And so, and that was one of the biggest lessons. The other lesson is, do not go into a ring with young Mike Tyson and your only experience is, playing a video game. It's totally separate, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different, because like I can play the video game all day long, but when you face to face with someone that is well polished, with the experience of talking politics for decades and things like that, and have people around her who basically talk politics probably at the dinner table, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And so me as a person, I've never talked. That was the longest I ever talked in my life about politics, and I was tired. I was tired, boss. You know what I'm saying? So, in my household, and my mom, she's military, and my grandparents, they were very hardworking. But I don't think we ever talked about politics as it relates to like how we are impacted or how it affects us. I think because we were law-abiding citizens, we never got in trouble. So we didn't need like the laws to like work for us or whatever. So we were just working, and I think, and my mom was first generation educated. She actually has a degree in political science. And she was actually inspired by Harold Washington at Roosevelt University. Mm-hmm. And so, just going through the ranks, and, she was a social worker at, the state of Illinois, but it never came up like banking issues and things like that. None of that stuff came up until I I started working at a bank. And one of the things that impacted me was I had a white supervisor, white VP of the branch, and he used to always come in and look at the stock market and how it was doing. And so one of the things I would ask him, I said, "Hey, Mr. So-and-so," I can't say his name,
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. So-and-so, can you teach me this? And he looked at me and he laughed. He said, "You'll never get it." And at first, I didn't think about like the impact of what he said, but I took it as like, oh, maybe he don't want me to learn, so I can get more knowledge. So I ended up wanting to learn. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was just a little bit. And from that point, even though I was at community college at Harold Washington College.
Shout out to Harold Washington.
Yes. And so even though I studied a little bit and I went into accounting, I still had to feel like I proved myself. Even though I graduated, with an undergrad in accounting, I still feel like I needed to do more. And so hooking up with Dr. Rutues and and seeing the things that he's doing in his community, and like I asked P. Ray, why are you hitching your wagon to someone? And And I'm hitching my wagon to him because he's a great leader, he's a great mind, and I feel like that, you know, even though we have a difference of who you hitch your wagon to, like she's hitching her wagon. I won't even say that she lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, who she hitching her wagon to the Republican Party?
Trump. More so Trump. Are we live still over here?
Yeah, we still live over there.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Y'all might, you don't mind.
I be smoking
I know,
cigarettes
sorry.
sometimes. I don't care about that.
Let me see.
Yeah.
You know
It just
my
cut out,
Wi-Fi.
you gotta put it back on there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll cut out.
No, we
You
do
do
that
that?
today.
Okay, all right, we back. We back. Yeah. Wait, hold on.
You say you still.
Are we back? Yeah. I just refreshed it. Connect streaming software. Come on.
Go to your dashboard. You see it saying,
Damn, we got 100 views already.
yeah, it's on here. Connect streaming software to go live. Yeah, we still on here. We still on here, it's just black.
What?
So what's the name? Maybe cut this and
No,
then back.
this is fine.
Connect streaming software to go live. Waiting for live video signal. So just wait.
Man.
It says it should resume shortly. Cause it had did that at first.
Let me see my
You
iPad.
refreshed it.
Yeah. Okay, waiting for camera. Okay, say my browser is not letting my camera access.
Oh no!
Come on.
So just, I think we should end it and then just start it back up. Cause it got thrown out.
It's still saying.
Try one time. Hold on.
Yeah, but every time, like when I used to press retry, it never worked. I gotta start it all the way back.
Okay, we're gonna try it and then we will do it. We'll do it your way. The camera should.
They gonna tune right back in, cause I sure got some more
Yeah,
people on here, I see them.
fresh, bro, got the beginning of it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I can get some comfortable chairs. This ain't for big ass.
Oh,
I'm good.
I'm looking at it over here, man.
I'm 270.
No, man, you need a pillow or something then.
Shit, we got one.
Oh, man.
What's your booty?
You got one?
Your butt?
I mean, I already had been sitting for an hour and a half before y'all came.
I got the you know those fold out chairs, but those probably won't work for you. It's one in my office. Yeah, those chairs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's in my office.
Oh.
Yo, metal chairs really gonna hurt your butt. This is soft.
No, those got padding.
Oh,
My chairs
okay.
got padding on it.
Yeah.
But you did do good in your debate.
Oh,
You did do very good, cause I did put on that, she did her big one. You did your big one too.
So who was the lady y'all talking?
Okay, the live video has ended. You can watch the video again shortly. This lady that was up on there that's involved in politics, but I feel like I would have ate her ass up because you keep on talking about politics, you keep on talking about all of this political lingo, but you're acting oblivious.
Right.
So after you get through saying all of this political and mayor this and da 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 da, all these different names and areas and whatever you did, and petitions and bills, and you know, once you get through all of that, you ain't even using common sense.
Right. No,
You're talking about
Hold on.
statistical publications
All right.
and acting like those statistical publications aren't aimed at black people. She said there were 6 murders and 58 shootings. Those were black people.
Right.
Okay? We're talking about some Mexican people up in a little village. We're not gonna do that. Because what you're doing is, they're doing what the Masons do. You know what I'm saying? What the Masons do is they turn a blind eye. They see what's going on.
Oh man.
But since they are part of the group,
let me see if I'm.
they don't say nothing.
That's
So
why
you know he come coming
Nah,
here
it
for
should be
us.
good.
That's why racism lasted so long.
Yeah, you know he coming here for the black people, but you're gonna play like, oh, because you don't want to say anything against
I'm
the
trying to figure
Republican
it like
Party.
that. It's trying to.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
When what you should have did was tell the truth that hey, there's a big chance that this could possibly go wrong. There's a big chance that there could be innocent black people killed. You know what I'm saying?
But is there though? Where's the
If it's the
statistics that say
military,
that?
that's what military are for.
Nah, but where's the statistics that's gonna show that that's the case?
There's a lot
You
of
shouldn't fear monger either though.
There's a lot of
I'm gonna tell you.
There's a lot of statistics.
Nah, let's hold it down, cause that's.
Because you can go
let's
back
hold it down.
to
Come on, man. I gotta
that
get this shit
movie.
sliding.
What's that movie? What's the movie when they
Nah,
shot
okay,
up the house? They was in Chicago. What's that movie? With the girl and the dude. He was working for the Black Panther Party. And they shot that whole building up and killed everybody up in there. It was called
Judas and
Judas and what's the name?
Yeah, okay.
So there is history.
Amen.
Of them just shooting motherfuckers
But that
up.
wasn't the federal government. That was Chicago Police Department,
if
which is the reason why we.
They're downgrade. They're downgrade from the military. So if you got the military, it would be even worse.
Even worse.
It would have been even worse if it was the military. So if you got the local police department that can do this shit, and you already got Trump on here saying that the military can do what they want,
Right.
then come on now.
I don't think he said that.
Yes, he did. He said that they can use
Yeah.
whatever force they have to use to put things in order.
It's a wordplay. You know,
Right.
It's like when he did.
Like when he said filth.
Like that.
Like when he said filth, that
Right.
means
Right. Or that resurrection. Whatever.
he said we're a hellhole. Chicago is a hellhole right now. Who you talking about? You ain't talking about no damn Pilsen. And no damn.
Or when they marched on Capitol Hill. That's what I'm saying. It was the words, the trick wordplay
Bro, what
he used that made them people go up there.
Mhm.
Because he didn't tell them to stop. He told them to stand pat. It's a difference.
We been getting killed and no consequences. And that even come from the police. So what the fuck you think the military gonna do? We been getting killed. No consequences. Okay?
The police,
None.
they were created to be terrorists anyway. They weren't created to be wrong.
Man, bro.
When they first
we're not
came
doing
in,
this.
they were made to terrorize.
We can't be
From the
doing
beginning.
this.
What happened?
We can hear us talking,
Mhm.
but where's the video? Oh, come on. What's up with my cam, damn? This.
Well, they say we on live right here. Which live is this one?
That's my YouTube. Dang, this.
You got motherfucking phone at YouTube.
No, I don't have YouTube. It's just. It's
Maybe do this on Facebook in the end. But it ain't gonna be as crisp.
it'd be. I don't know what's going on. This.
I shut off my computer.
This
It was
sucks,
still
bro.
But it's the camera.
Yeah, I told you, you need to cut the camera off, cut the camera back on.
I did.
You did?
Physically.
Yeah, live.
Like unplug it.
How?
It's Trump.
Technology. No, technology. Because this shit
No,
used
we
to
was
happen to me
good.
because I was working at the church and doing a live. This shit happened to me all the damn
That's
time.
technology.
For real. Or no audio.
That's another thing that's taking our spirit from us is the technology. We don't communicate with each other like we used to. We'll go outside, jump rope, hopscotch. We needed each other back then. You with them cell phones, you couldn't see nothing on, at least when I was out.
No, we're using technology for negativity.
Without question.
God gave us the mind to make this shit. But then what do you see on Facebook?
Yeah.
Murders,
Yeah.
fighting, this and that and this. It's to push.
Well, controversy
It's to
said.
push controversy.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not pushing it's not pushing love. If we was using it to push love to a mass amount of people because the computer and all that shit is a mass medium.
White folks can't push love to get power. It's impossible. They have to create.
Black people ain't pushing love either. We have been taught to hate each other.
Well, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the system.
Right, we pushing people.
Right, that's the system we create. We create.
We didn't
everybody
create it,
to-
though.
No, I'm talking about white folks.
Yeah,
They created a system to even where black folks is now victim of it.
yeah.
Asian people, Indian people are victims of a system they created to where love is not the foundation
I'm disappointed.
at all.
But we have the mind and we have the avenues and resources to turn that around.
Well, that's why I'm hoping we say, stop focusing on this political shit. Because this political shit is what's
If
confusing
you
us.
end this live video now,
These is white folks' confusion. Black people getting caught up in white folks' games, chess games. You can't beat something that they created. How you
okay,
know?
so end the live, if you end this live video now.
Bro, I'm disappointed. Like, I don't understand what.
And then press stop.
No, that's for my, this is for my, own thing here. Let's see.
They don't want us to speak that knowledge. Dang, we was just up on that too.
My joint. It's even my computer going. Which one I got this on? Oh, I gotta have it on. It could be because I'm on my guest page. Let's see. It still showed that I'm live on this one for whatever reason.
She don't know I got this boy. She said, I got invited back, but
Yeah,
I didn't.
we.
It's not even an invite thing.
You ain't worry about that.
You're the guest. I'm not really a guest. I'm a they call it a reoccurring character.
So it's interesting because the camera was on. Now it's showing on my joint. It's showing.
Like,
Yeah. So I don't know what the hell. Maybe we just let it rock then. Maybe I don't know. But it clearly was showing up.
It's a glitch, you gotta, well, you said you wasn't in. You cut that off, you cut that back on. Did you cut the laptop off and cut it back on? No. Cause sometimes with the
Not live,
glitches,
bro.
you gotta cut everything off
Oh,
and cut
but-
that shit back on. Because it's a brain. And it be too much, it's too much going on at the same time.
I was gonna say,
Oh, look at me. It look like I'm saying la 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 la.
Let's see.
I was gonna say, I'm a recurring character. I'm like Waldo on Family Matters. But
Where's
I don't want to do the black TV show thing again. Well, it might be the thing. I don't know. I don't want to go there again. She went from a poodle to a Great Dane.
That's why she ain't getting invited back, cause it's the aftermath. Cause if she was on here, it wouldn't be no aftermath.
Nah, we got others. We actually trying to work on getting her
You should tag.
tag who?
Myself.
Tag out.
Yeah.
Trying to get her
Tag P-Ray.
connected to some other folks that do what you go by on there?
Terrence 29.
Oh shit.
I ain't never seen somebody named Robinson.
You go by Wendy on the same thing, don't you? Okay, man. Let me see.
Another sip.
I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm disappointed. You said
No, never disappointed.
I am.
Just frustrated.
No, not frustrated. Disappointed for sure.
Well, just go with
Let it get to me.
just do the intro again, and then just introduce a topic.
Yeah.
Or one of the points from.
I love this.
Come on, man.
I like this. Yeah, I need to be a YouTuber.
That connection might not be super large. Give me that one. I say we live now, but close
Yeah.
unused browser tabs. All right, let me do this.
Try coding any other applications that browser tab.
Okay, all right. So I closed all my tabs. I don't think I have anything else open.
I feel like you got 7 of them joints.
No browser. Oh, 7
He's on
notifications.
Word.
Yeah. All right. So I closed all my browsers. I think everything should be straight. Looks like the camera working. All right. Take 3. So we got Tina, we got BB or Wendy, however she chooses to address herself tonight, and we got Brother Raheem. Everybody introduce themselves. If you missed it, go back to the very first live we did before we got 15 minutes in. We are talking about the aftermath of P. Ray v. T. Knight. Unanimous decision. P. Ray cleaned this man. He said he can't hear y'all. Bro.
He said he can't hear us?
Yeah,
Who
can
said
you
that?
click on it and see? See, all right, we finna check now and see. We gonna check the live out, make sure that
You check the cameras?
these are fine.
I mean,
Yeah, these should be fine.
We got audio?
Yeah, we got audio over here. I don't know.
Hello?
Make sure you got your audio on, cause we can. Oh, he said he can hear now. Okay, cool.
Hello?
Cool.
Hello?
No, we good. All right, you can cut that down a little bit before we get feedback. All right, okay. So I started off by asking T. Knight, what was his thoughts about the. Now, it was never supposed to be a debate. It was supposed to be a conversation where T. Knight learned where P. Ray was coming from with her ideology, and he wanted to ask some questions. And when she started telling her his truth, when she started telling him her truth, he then started to push back on some things, which made it a debate. Effectively putting himself in the lion den. And I told this young man several times that was a sharp woman. I told him that he should not be playing around with her with some things that he was unfamiliar with, but he wanted to do it. And so he did it. And we were left with what we had. So
But he did a good job.
clarity.
okay, come on.
I knew about a lot of things.
Okay.
Now, what I'm not familiar with is political debate,
Mm-hmm.
which is a whole different realm than sports or, other things that we, have as interest. Because if we talking rap, if we talking any other thing, I could probably clean house. But, political realm is not my forte. But
Yeah.
You don't need political education. All you need to know is that you black. You've been through the struggle, you know what I'm saying? You see the struggle. And, I think that all of us black people know what's needed. We don't have to go down the political rabbit hole and all of this stuff like that. You can go outside right now and see what you need.
Mhm.
Can you not?
Mhm.
You can. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times with that political stuff is blinded by things that's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? Things that's just common sense, things that just are apparent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people turn a blind eye to that. Why? Because the party that they represent don't care about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So instead of like worrying about political this, political that, all of that, you need to focus on the people. All these people out here, these thousands of people, you think they know all that political lingo?
They supposed to though.
They should, but that's not what we being taught, are we?
It doesn't matter though. Either you gonna do politics or politics gonna do you.
Yeah, but if you're not teaching us that, like he said, she probably sitting at the table with her mama and her daddy talking about that. We ain't talking about that.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? So this is an everyday thing in her life. How we gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, match that about this policy, that bill, this man, that mayor, this, that. How we gonna do that if this ain't what we talking about?
But
You
we're
know what I'm
supposed to be.
saying? Why?
What you mean, why? Because it's a matter of the have and have nots. I've been in politics now for a number of years, and the thing that has stuck with me that I learned, that I teach other people, is that politics are nothing more than a relationship to get to the resources.
Right.
The most politically connected people have the most in this life. There's nobody that does not have political connections that has zero. Now, when I talk about the connections and relationships, all I simply mean is how we used to do as young people. I tell people all the time, I'm like, man, when we were shorties, we'd be, just give me a second, I'm gonna go politic with my homie right here.
Right.
We talking.
Right.
During the talking process, we relationship building.
That's politics.
The biggest challenge for black people is that we don't want to talk to one another.
Right.
We'll go outside and see the same people every single day and won't say hey to them. That's a problem. It ain't never about the politics. This is the fact that we just don't want to have a conversation with another person to build a relationship. That's politics. That's it. That's all. That's it.
Yeah. But that's what I said, that, you know what I'm saying, it's really just common sense, you know what I'm saying, and having a conversation. You don't gotta know which bill was passed and all of this other. I mean, you should know which bills is passed, but at the same time, like I said, you see a need. You can go outside right now, you can see a need, and that's what needs to be talked about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not this Republican person that we need to be trying to vote for to get into da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? We need to be talking about, hey, what avenues or what resources or what we can do to help lower violence with the black man, or drug trafficking, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that as a community. And that's really what's not being done. See, we look to these people with the politics, but like he said, we not as a community getting together and saying, hey, well, how we finna handle this? How we finna do this? You know what I'm saying? Because now this just happened.
Right. So I say this, right? I had Jehovah's Witness. I was telling Raheem this earlier. I had Jehovah's Witness pass by my office today, and they looked at my window, and in my window it says the Black Code. And it's talking about all the things that black people need to do in order to build our community. Right. And the woman said, I love that they say the Black Code, but it should say the everybody code. I said, whoa, right. Pump your brakes. Now, this was an older sister. Right. And I had to tell her, like, no, it should say the Black Code. I said, the problem is we always trying to help everybody else. Everything starts internally. If it don't start with self and or family and or community, right, then where do you get? You cannot give somebody nothing when your pockets look like rabbit ears.
Right.
Nothing
And they ain't gonna help us.
Nothing from nothing.
They ain't gonna help us.
No. I won't say they won't help us, but it's not their responsibility to build our community. The help is supposed to come within. Right. It's supposed to. They can help if they so choose to. And like I always say, a billionaire by another name is a philanthropist. You know what I mean? Those are the people that help. It's tax write-offs, but they help. I'm trying to get to that status myself.
No, I mean, like, say for instance, like everything that's going on with the Mexicans. They getting deported. If that was us, they ass wouldn't be trying to help us. You know what I'm talking about? So we shouldn't be speaking on behalf of trying to help them. Because I just think a couple of instances where people are like, oh, it's wrong, they doing it wrong, they doing it wrong. But they weren't saying that when they were doing us wrong. When motherfuckers had their knee on George Floyd's neck, I ain't hear none of them. You know what I'm talking about? Don't nobody speak up for us. So like he said, yeah, we need to take care of our own first, then we'll come for y'all.
You're supposed to.
I'm talking about.
You're supposed to. What's up?
Politics is just a muddy, it's been made a dirty word. Politics is a must in the black community.
Absolutely.
It's the only way we can communicate each other with politics. But our politics need to be on our neighborhood level, not that confusion that they're doing out there with the senators and the presidents and all these guys. There, see, that's bullshit.
All these big words we don't even know.
We don't even need to. We need to get our politics figured out when it comes to our community first. Mm-hmm. Once our community gets our politics, right, not American politics, and I'm talking about what our understanding.
Right.
Once we get that locked,
right,
then we're able to be strong enough, like David, to go out there and battle the politics that they have to make even our communities even stronger.
Right.
To make sure that they're being fair, to make sure that they're writing laws in there that's against the things that we're trying to accomplish. Because the moment black people start doing something, and
Right.
the moment we start getting stronger, you know they're coming in there.
Yeah. Well, all politics are local. That's number one. And one of the things that we don't do is actually have input into the local politics enough.
Right.
You know, when it's time to turn out a vote for local elections, we have 10%, up to 17% of turnout, right? And at least 55% of our community is registered to be able to vote, but we only have about a 17% turnout.
Right.
That means the people that grew up with the individual that's running for politics are typically the ones that are gonna vote for them, right? But Francois had a question. He said, so are you saying black millionaires and billionaires are the only ones that can save us black folk? No, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying though is that we cannot look externally for any other group to come to the community to be able to help our situation out. It has to start from internally, but those people are the supports, right? I call, like I said, a billionaire by another name as a philanthropist, because at the end of the day, the philanthropists are the ones that are given to foundations, that are given to nonprofits, that are making sure that our communities are able to build the programs that it needs to fund and to run whatever program that to address whatever issues that we have in our community. Without them, we would not be able to function currently.
Do you know, if you look back in history, throughout our history, our villages, we've never needed no outside help. Never.
Then we didn't have no money.
Our money.
Slaves was broke. We didn't have nothing.
Our money is in our community. It's just the people in the community don't know.
No, we weren't even able to work at one point in time.
I'm saying, but now that we do have the dollar, the black dollar, it's epic.
Mm-hmm.
We've never needed that help. All we have to do is help ourselves to build our own buildings. It's just you don't know your representative.
Yeah.
Nobody talks to the people anymore. Nobody
Right.
goes out there in the streets and introduce themselves anymore.
Right.
Nobody sees the leader struggling. So why are they gonna go and support somebody who's just as wrapped up in the government as everybody else is? They're not just gonna give their money to. I think in our neighborhoods, like I was telling you in the sections, we need to create an app that strictly deals with the section of our neighborhood that we donate money in, and then when they sit there and they look into the app, they can see as a neighborhood how much money they have. Whatever project we decide to do, we do town hall meetings, we vote on them, we pay for them, they see the product, they see the money disappear from the app, and they know what they're doing as a community.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be first. It takes a village to raise what?
Everybody should hit at this point.
So yes, but our village is just in our area.
Right.
That has to be strong.
Right.
Then that bleeds off into what? Another area.
Right.
Then you slowly build, but I always say Madison should look like a flea market. It should be brothers and sisters all up and down the street.
It used to be.
With shirts, t-shirts,
Used to be
selling,
from
with
Pulaski to
pants,
Central. It
all
used
the
to be.
hard
Yes,
work
sir.
that we have, all the talent
Yeah.
that we have. We supposed to be utilizing that. White folks get uncomfortable when black people fully prosper off their gifts. It's something that they must be a part of. They must get the dollar, because if the black dollar is just focused on self, we would surpass them financially.
Well, this was a couple years ago that I did this research, but black wealth, the accumulation of the black dollar was $2.4 trillion. In black owned banks, we only had about 2.8 billion. Right? That means asset versus liability, right? Because we're the largest consumer. We have enough to fund, I think, the next 10 countries, something like it was. I can't remember. Again, this was maybe about 5 years ago that I did these.
We have enough to create a new Egypt.
Yeah.
Which is what Rome fears.
Yeah.
This is the new Rome. The only thing that's ever been more powerful than a new Rome would be a new Egypt. Is what they've been trying to stop for thousands of years. The only thing stronger.
But we let them stop it. That's my whole thing.
Well, of course, because you got to think about how the wolf comes in. Just like the Indians, they come in slick. They come in helpful.
Right.
Then they put smallpox in the blankets.
Right.
Then they introduced alcohol. That's how you take. Divide to conquer. Why do you think all this confusion is going on in the government? If you got a Republican and a Democrat and these people arguing with each other, they're all a part of this. This is a kingdom.
Yeah, different sides of the same
You
coin.
remember you had the kingdoms back over in England, and then you had the other kingdoms over here, and they all ride horses to each other, all sharing the pot.
Right.
That's all the government is. That's
Yeah.
all the Senate is. They all share the pot. Democrat, Republican are all one nation trying to divide up the spoils evenly.
Mhm.
And in order to do that, you got to what? Let's see who can be on whichever team.
Yeah.
And whoever wins, that's who battle. But it's one purpose.
Yeah.
One purpose. Black people is the outlier. See, that's the thorn in their side.
Mhm.
That's the one that they can see coming.
Mhm.
They know our history better than us.
Mhm.
The moment black people start roaring, what happens? The world listens.
But if every time they
That's the
introduce something else to keep us down, if they keep on introducing stuff to keep us down and we just keep on going with it, then what? We still got to take accountability for ourselves.
Yeah, we absolutely got to take accountability.
You know what I'm saying? Because they keep on presenting stuff to us and we just eating it all up.
Well, what is
You know what I'm
there to
talking about?
look
When
at
are we gonna say, hey, I don't want to do that.
What is
Hey,
there
this
to
ain't
look at
good
here?
for me.
Well, what is there to look at here? What can catch their eye that we grow up and come out the home and see every day that we're proud of? What black man or black
Us.
woman that
When you wake up and look in the mirror.
no, yes, but that's
We
God.
black.
No, but see, that's spiritual. That's God. That's
No, we're black.
No, yes, but what I'm saying is yes, we're black, but spirituality is something deeper because spirituality wise, He created all.
No, but
Black,
we was once
white.
slaves. You don't see that?
Yes, no.
Okay, so when
understand.
I wake up today and I'm free, that's all I need.
Yes, but the black
'Cause I'm
girl,
free. I'm
the
a
black boy and the black girl that's growing up, they're not being taught that
Why not?
because it's the parent.
Yeah, I was at the
Exactly.
parents.
So
why
there
the
goes
parent?
back again when we holding ourselves accountable. Not
Okay.
right.
Right.
Okay.
So if the parent is not teaching the child, but you got to think, why is the parent not doing it?
You know, somebody asked me today what I would like to see in the community. I said we need a rites of passage school, just like every other culture has.
Right.
All the cultures have a school that they go to when they're a child before they go to like a public education. Jewish, Muslim, Asian, it don't matter. To know who they are. We need to create a school that's a rite of passage first and foremost, with none of that drummed down history that we gonna get when we get there.
I feel like we got that when we did Sunday school.
No, hell no.
Yes.
Hell
We
no.
grew up in the church.
Hell
we went
no.
to Sunday school and they taught you how to act. Point blank period.
Nah,
and then when
nah,
we got
nah,
into
nah,
our teenage years, we went away from the church.
Now, teaching you how to act is one thing. We talking about teaching you your real history, teaching you that you come from kings, that you come from abundance, teaching you that you actually got worth.
Right.
Like listen.
I'm just
I'm
talking
not
about
just-
administrative.
Right, I'm
Because
not
back in the
against
day,
the
they was
church, but
teaching
I'm
them
just saying
business
though.
administration. They was having etiquette classes on how to carry yourself.
Right.
They taught them business administration. They was getting clerical jobs. My granny, when they grew up, they had good jobs, and they was in the union.
I ain't gonna lie. You know what?
We came up, we didn't get that.
I'm not gonna dismiss the fact that church probably back in our grandmother's time was valuable, but the reality is what we see for church is a hustle now.
It was
Church
valuable.
is a hustle now.
It definitely is.
Church has
So-
always been a hustle.
I mean, not.
Listen.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Read our history. Church has always been a hustle.
Okay.
Okay, every now and then you come by those who truly mean well and they truly mean God, and you can see that spirit in them.
Okay.
But if you know the passion of Christ, and you know when you read that Bible, you see what Christ-like is, and then you look around you and you see the way the world is going, where is Christ-like at?
All right.
Where is that church? You have a big church over here in the corner, but if I can recall, Christ was out amongst the people serving them.
Yeah. No, so Francois say this shit start with the parents. We are who we become because of our parents. But then he said these kids know their history. How y'all? I totally disagree with that. But these kids, I don't think kids know their history at all.
They don't.
And if they know their history, it's only up until the 60s. We don't know pre-60s, right?
So I think it's deeper than that. I think even like music and all this stuff, I think kids do not know, period. I had worked at Jewel Osco on 87th Street. and there was this girl named Whitney. And because I grew up in the '90s, we all know who Whitney Houston is. And I said, "Do you know who Whitney Houston is?" She was like, "Who is that?" And it wasn't too far removed from when she had passed. It was 2012, and I asked this girl this like 2015, and she didn't know who Whitney Houston is. And so if they don't know who Whitney Houston is, ain't no way they know the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther King. Or if they do, they don't know what they did and how it impacts us even to today and the struggles that they went through. Because even when it was Laquan McDonald, 2015,
Right.
didn't nobody want to really protest. They just wanted to destroy some shit, and just be.
Nah, I disagree,
So-
man.
so-
Listen,
Black people know
we
what's
gotta,
going on.
We gotta understand our
Black
movies be
people know
getting
what's going
co-opted,
on.
man.
Of course.
We
You
be
have to
having-
understand
yeah.
that. Black people know what's going on. My homeboy, his son was out here robbing people for them kids or whatever. And he robbed the wrong person one day. A husband and a wife. And the husband had a gun and shot his ass, right? Okay, I went to Austin with this young man or whatever whose son did this. I said, what, your son needed a car? And he said he have a car. That's his PT Cruiser outside. You know what I'm saying? But he blamed himself. And the reason why he blamed himself is because he knew he wasn't doing everything that he was supposed to do as a father to make sure that his son was staying out of trouble, going to school, all of that. He was too caught up in ghetto life, and now he lives with the fact that he feel like he's the reason why his son was killed. Why? Because he didn't teach his son shit. At the end of the day, we got to start making accountability. Because I ain't even gonna lie, when that dude Tug got killed, I said, man, Trump, send the goddamn national guards and wipe these motherfuckers out. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm tired. And why do I have to look on Facebook and be traumatized?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And watch people being killed. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that over absolutely, really nothing.
Trump ain't saying.
I don't think he really did anything to be killed. He was just killed because of his status or what he had on or whatever like that. At the end of the day, I feel like after that lady P. Ray or whoever else get through talking about politics, you need to take accountability for yourself. You too caught up in being ghetto and twerking and drinking
Free the twerkers.
and pills and all of this stuff. And I personally have seen what a person thought about that shit. He sat with himself and he said, wow, how could I have prevented my son from being killed? I could have did X, Y, and Z. I could have told my son to go to school. I could have told my son to do this. I shouldn't have allowed him to walk around with a gun. I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. I should have been an example. So when I hear that coming from a man, then that means that you knew from the get-go, this ain't what I should be putting out.
So Francois was saying the same thing. He was saying the exact same thing that, the kids are a representation of the parents.
Yeah.
Right? He also is saying that every generation is focused on themselves. I don't know the last part you say the youth, so you want to have to clear that up for me, brother. And he said these kids know exactly where they come from. Again, I gotta disagree only in that, for example, America is the way that it is this economic engine because of the many black men and women that have advanced society in various ways. And I'm talking about just the inventors. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's a lot of inventors. I can't name them. I can't name a lot of them.
We invented everything.
I'm saying that is a part of our history and our culture that we don't know. I couldn't give you 5 inventors right now, unfortunately. But I know that
right now,
there's a ton.
Well, I'm saying.
Don't even give me the ones that we know.
Okay,
Currently, I don't know if y'all know Julian Brown, who is he's a black young kid, probably like 22 years old. He's inventing turning plastic into.
There was a young lady. She invented the color stitches or something like that. She's black and she's young and she invented.
I was looking at
you seen that? Some stitches where it discolors. You know what I'm saying? To know if it's healing properly. It discolors.
Now look, I'm saying that's the culture.
Right.
That is what we are not being shown today. We're never shown that.
We don't know.
That is never widely publicized to the fact where our kids can see that and be like, damn, I probably can do that too.
We don't know our capabilities.
Why we ain't
Right.
giving it to our kids?
I mean,
I show my
disagree.
daughter black
No,
inventors.
generations are selfish. Each generation is selfish.
Mm.
The same thing my father said about my generation when he's talking about these kids, how they don't know nothing, they don't learn anything now, they're hard-headed, they always drinking all the time. My father said that about my generation, and his father said that about his. And it's the same thing, it's like a generational curse. And then we saying the same thing about youngins, to use that as an excuse not to step up as men.
Yeah.
No, you scared now because that little boy that was 10 years old, now he got a beard. Now he's 19. His whining ain't like it used to be. Now he's growing and you scared to raise him. So that's all we're using it. We're just using it as an excuse not to raise our babies. And then our babies is gonna get older and then they're gonna say the same thing about their children. Oh, they don't wanna, and they're gonna be even crazier. I'm praying that before I leave this earth, that I see men that finally come out in the streets and say, enough.
Right, enough.
Right. So I do want to address this real quick.
Chance
This
Brown.
is a sidebar. So Chance was saying, let's discuss the fact that no one is standing up for their rights, or the fact nobody has addressed the fact that the police and FOP president is refusing to hold police accountable for the growing problem of police assaulting citizens and make sure everyone knows Illinois is not a stop and ID state.
Right.
Sir, I'm a district council. I am an elected official that is sworn to uphold my citizens' rights and public safety and police accountability. I actually have a Know Your Rights session that's coming up on September 26th, right here at the Rutues in the 5044 West Madison, to teach people how to be involved in policy-making decisions for the Chicago Police Department. I've also held Know Your Rights sessions focused on stop and frisk, and also Know Your Rights sessions on understanding your rights as it relates to being stopped. We are definitely doing that, sir. The thing with police and Chicago accountability is that it's just not moving fast enough for the people, and there's still going to be instances where Chicago police do dumb shit because they're human and they're going to do dumb shit. And my group of district council persons, our elected charge was to make sure that whenever that shit happens, that we are involved in some way. And trust, we are very active in that, and we're active in the educating and organizing the community so that they know their rights as it relates to the Chicago police. Now, the FOP president, something totally different. Our FOP is one of the most powerful in the U.S. We have a very, very, very strong FOP, and it's really difficult for us to try to make change within that system because they're a union. Chicago is a union town. You're not, I repeat, not about to change the union without a whole lot of money and power. And then you probably still won't be able to change it because it's going to be protected.
Or without self-preservation.
It doesn't even matter though. The amount of people being killed and hurt is black on black crime. The police ain't doing it. So yeah, you can focus on the police.
I agree.
You can focus on the
100% agree.
police, but the police ain't the ones out here doing this. We doing black on black crime. That's the big problem. That stuff that Trump was talking about ain't had nothing to do with the police. Them 6 murders and the 58 shootings and and Chicago, it's a hellhole. That's coming from. He ain't saying it's a hellhole because we against the police and fighting back and forth. We fighting each other.
Trump is not sending no National Guard in because he's trying to save the people. That's another type of plan he got. That's a whole, the police are here to watch us. They're not here to protect us. They've never been. They're here, they give their people jobs, that helps them. They come here and they watch us and all that. They report us. They make sure that, is there a group of black people over here talking? Yeah, well, what are they talking about? And then
but it would eliminate the murderers
and then they
who just be
doing
senseless murders.
Well, look,
I
God,
promise you it will.
Well, one thing about bad stuff, God will always make sure fruit comes out of even evil. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the mercy of God. So of course something good is gonna come out of it, and yeah, lives will be saved. But that's a bigger picture. It's a reason why he's sending that National Guard, and it ain't to save black people. When have white folks ever come
So
to
how
save
are you
black
gonna get the killing to stop?
No,
Because P. Ray, she was kind of pissing me off, trying to kind of acting oblivious to everything. But when you really think about it, how are we gonna get it to stop?
We have to do that.
She was acting oblivious to
She was acting oblivious to the fact that the National Guard is coming here for black people.
No,
She
No,
said,
they ain't though.
how?
They not
He said
though.
6. Hold on. Trump said
That's
there
the
has
problem.
been 6 killings
Yes.
in over the weekend and 58 shootings. I did the research on that. Those was black people.
That's right.
Those was black people.
That's the
So what are
excuse.
you talking about?
No, that's the excuse.
What
to
are you
come
talking
in.
about?
That's the
Because he
excuse.
just said Chicago was a hellhole that was 6 murders over the
been through
weekend
that.
and 58 shootings, and those were black people.
The
You
hell-
think he didn't go look up this? You think he don't know that it was black people?
It was a
So
hell.
come on now, you think they coming for Mexicans up in Little Village? You know what I'm saying? In Pilsen area? No, absolutely not. And if you look up the military and you see what their job is, their job, because I used to want to go to the military, is go up against armed forces. Who are the armed people? Mostly in Chicago, which is young black people.
Yeah, but see, here's the deal.
They feel like they gotta carry a gun to protect themselves at any given time.
Yeah, it's all
Nah, man, listen, we can't be fear mongering though. We can't be fear mongering.
No, it's not
That's
that.
the play. No, but look,
Why
the
would
reality,
we fear the military?
we cannot be fear mongering because they have a job to do, and that job is not to go out and execute black men.
No, they're not.
We can't think about it.
Okay, but how can
They're not.
they differentiate who is doing the crime and who is not, and we all got the same face?
Hopefully by the ones shooting people.
How can you differentiate all of these crimes?
He ain't
It's
shooting
unsolved
nobody.
murder.
He ain't shooting
These
nobody.
unsolved
I ain't
murders.
shooting nobody.
These
You ain't
unsolved
shooting
murders, so
nobody.
you don't know who's shooting, because these is unsolved murders. So we don't know who's shooting.
I mean, I think.
No, I don't think they're coming here to kill us.
I don't think that they're coming here to kill us, but I think that there is a big chance
This is a territory push.
that innocent black people blood can be shed.
Now, this-
I disagree.
Of course, but it's a territory push. It's not about saving black. Yeah, it's gonna help us, but it's a territory push. They're coming in our community to pay attention to what's going on in here, to see what's going. Just like how you see people slowly moving into our communities, how they get whitewashed, and then usually black people go into another community and it's poor again. Like we got to keep rebuilding. We move in this country without realizing we're moving from section to section. Each generation we wind up somewhere else, and now this is all Latino, or now this is white again. This is all territorial.
Well,
That's all it is. It's a territorial push. This is the confusion. Black people dying, even though that's the truth.
Francois
But
say
they'll
no
use
one was
that
killed.
as a confusion.
Yeah, no one was killed in DC.
Okay, and this ain't DC.
Let's check the
DC.
stats.
This ain't DC, baby. This Chicago.
well, I will agree to that.
This is not DC.
I think the population of DC is 700,000, and we have 3 times as
Oh,
many
man.
people, 4 or 5.
This is not DC, baby. This is Chicago.
I believe that my thing is their duties is to protect us during natural disasters and when there's civil unrest. Now I know that there's going to be people that's going to protest. They've already been gearing up already
Oh yeah.
to protest. And my only thing was, what if something goes left?
Right.
Because we are a big city, we are a very liberal city, and we do have
Prideful.
Iranians who,
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, they stole gear from the NASCAR race and stuff like that. So we know that there's going to be young kids that's just going to do some dumb stuff. I'm not sure how you stop that, but I just wanted to know, okay, if you come here for X, Y, Z, what would be the plan after that? And then if there is something that goes left, then what? Who's held accountable, and where do we go from there?
Yeah, so
Bro,
answer
you
that
asked that question the other day, man. The woman told you something was
what
gonna be
if it
responsible,
happened
man.
where we need military? Like you said, what if it happened where we need military? Please tell me. What happened?
Man, we won't need the military. What are y'all
They
talking
feeling like
about?
the black on black crime is why we need military. Because what if it happened where we need
When did they
national-
say that?
They not gonna say it.
Man,
You know,
listen,
Why do you think they would
I
just
may
say
be
that?
naive.
So look,
Because what
so,
event happened when we need the National Guard?
so
What? What
I
happened?
am a person that likes to look up words.
I
things
know
like
you're
that.
focusing on black people, black crime. I understand what you're saying. And yes, they are using that as the bullet point to come into the black neighborhood and then bring the military so that they can save black lives. That's the banner, yes. But that is not the reason why they're coming in here.
So what's the reason?
It's a territorial push. It's all confusion. It's all. Have you noticed every 4 years we vote, it always end up being about race or some other confusion thing? It never
Always, always, my
all-
God.
Confusion is what allows them to do what they do to you while you don't know it.
Yeah.
As long as we stay arguing about
Watch this
focus,
hand and let me deal with this one.
Our focus.
That's it.
Remember the Black Panthers?
Always.
Remember the Guardian Angels?
Right.
The Guardian Angels bypassed all that Congress, the laws that you're trying to put in because you said it's taking time to get this.
Right.
Out. See, the Guardian Angels bypass all that.
Right.
No, we're gonna do it in our neighborhood and your little law that you're waiting to pass. Yeah, you do that, but we're gonna take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have politics amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have guardians amongst ourselves. That's the
And
problem.
we don't have no honor.
Police.
That's why I respect him so much, because he's trying to
Without
make
question.
that, you know?
Well, also, I think as black people in general, or just people in general, when you look up the word war zone, there's no war going on in our zone, right? I mean, you have isolated incidents that happen here, happen there, but we have 3 million people and everybody's not running, ducking, and dodging bullets every day. I mean, there are isolated incidents, but I think we also have to say that and not say war zone, because everybody in the world. I went to London. I was in a cab with a Mexican driver who spoke British. You know, very weird, but he was asking us where you guys are from, and I said I'm from Chicago. Oh my God, don't shoot, stuff like that. And why did he say that? Like, of course, that's the media perpetuating certain things.
That's wordplay.
And yeah, it's definitely word play. But also, I blame the media during the Obama days because we never heard about Chirac until the media started to compare us to.
Yeah, but that was because of the music. The young boys was saying Chirac.
Yeah.
They called it that.
Yeah,
The media picked it up.
Right, but it didn't have to pick it up. But once it did pick up, now you saw an influx of shooting, senseless killing, and then it was reported in the news every day, like we're seeing right now. So our algorithm, right? So we're talking about it, right? We'll go home and we turn on our Instagram, Facebook, and what do we see? We see shooting.
Right.
Then you'll see President Trump. Like I don't search President Trump, but this is what they push to us in our mental. And so I feel like that's why we have to deduce our words that we say and say there's no war here. Yes, we have to stop the crime and violence, but I feel like just saying those words play a big role.
Of course.
And and also I just want to address this too. And I hear a lot of people say is that black people that Obama didn't do anything for black people. And I just want to say this, because regardless of policy and things and laws and stuff that were passed, but I think seeing Obama in office, the imagery alone,
That did a lot
I think
for
that
black
did
people.
a lot for little black girls and little black boys to see that imagery. And ever since he's been in office, people have been tearing him down to this, to shred his image and things like that. And I think we should be doing the opposite, regardless of his, politics. And we're doing the same thing to Brandon Johnson. Like, I think it's very admirable to see a black man in office, regardless of your differences. But I think we should be uplifting the leaders of this world, because you don't see that. I mean, people, they did that to Martin Luther King, the FBI files and things like that. And you see that Trump is doing the same thing, release the files of, Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy and stuff like that. Go to the museums. We want to defund, the black African American museums, want to change the history. There was no slavery. But I think imagery alone helps us. And I think that we need to, just look at each other, be careful with our words, and just like, don't tear down Deondre, don't tear down Raheem, don't tear down Wendy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's our biggest problem, is that when somebody gets up here and we think we call them a know-it-all or whatever, and we with P-Ray, even though we have a difference of politics or whatever, but I wouldn't tear her down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody's tearing her down, but if she acting oblivious to what's really the real things, then I feel like it's not really.
I don't think she was though.
I feel if she said that they was coming here for Little Village and Pilsen and all of that and Mexicans and all of that,
290 out here on the highway.
Then I feel like that is acting oblivious because for a fact that they coming here for black.
They're not coming for black people though.
Yes, they are.
They are not coming.
Yes, they are. Based on our reputation and the murder rate, yes, they are.
I will say this.
And see, now you acting oblivious.
I will say
that?
this.
I
wouldn't say oblivious or anything like that. I think it's just a different interpretation of how she reads history, because we read history because we're in the trenches or whatever you would call it, and we see something different. Our point of view. Her point of view is different, and so
it came out of his mouth.
Well, let me tell you,
he said 6 murders and 58 shootings.
No, I do agree with
and
that.
That's black people. So who you talking about?
I do agree with that.
He said we're coming.
No, but look, we get black news on our feeds. You'd be crazy if you don't think they getting it in Avondale and back in the yards in Little Village. They going crazy over there. They going nuts. Nah, it ain't just black people that be doing this. They be getting down too.
Okay, but you can research the 58 shootings in the 6 burglaries.
It's gonna be some Latinos
those was black
that
people.
caught up in the wave now.
Yeah,
those was black people, and that's exactly what Trump said. He said we're coming. There has been 6 shootings over the weekend and 58 injuries.
Yeah,
6 homicides and 58 injuries. And when you look that up, those are black people.
Well, look, we in this country,
He ain't talking about no goddamn Mexicans.
We do know that, but at the same time,
they coming to also support ICE though. So he is talking about
they coming to support
So
ICE, but we are the threat. And I can say that because I'm black and I've seen how ruthless these niggas is.
That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? We are the threat.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we are the armed forces because we all are armed.
Oh, also I want to address.
We strapped.
I want to also.
And you know that.
So during the political debate or whatever, right? So and I did look this up, and I want to clarify. So when we were talking about Charlottesville, and we made a bet, or somewhat made a bet.
you didn't want to bet.
I didn't want to bet because I was sure, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and he said there's good people on both sides.
There's good people on both sides, but it was debunked or whatever. Well, the Dems or the liberals did kind of use it as a divisive thing, but you can't say there's good people on both sides when there were neo-Nazis and white supremacists on the other side that were fighting people who were done injustice. So I just wanted to clear that. Yes, and it was right and wrong, or I was right and wrong at the same time, but not to waver from the topic.
So look, I did a WBEZ interview. He asked me my thoughts about Trump sending the military here, and before we even began, I said, okay, well, tell me the crime statistics. So he told me that as of June to the end of August, Chicago has never had a better 3-month period in 60 years. And I said, okay, that's beautiful. I said, now talk to me a little bit about after COVID. So he said we had a spike in 2021, and after COVID, it came back down. And he asked me what did I think contributed to it. And I told him about the different strategies that we employ as a city, including having, a dope superintendent in place. And no, we have Snelling right now.
Okay.
Among some of the other strategies, right? And so I told him also I was unfamiliar with the rationale behind sending the National Guard. I said, if it was because we have all of these drugs in our community, in which fentanyl is now a part of the drug supply, in which I know black people ain't manufacturing fentanyl, if it's because we have all of these guns that continue to proliferate our community, in which black people are not manufacturing the guns nor the switches that go with them, but somehow they keep finding their way in our community.
Yeah, speak.
We don't,
And if you're talking about illegal immigrants that have come here illegally, right? Only in the way illegally, that are also causing harm to the community, because I've seen the reports of folks that have come here that have also done harm to the community.
Right.
I've seen that, and so if you're talking about coming to rid us and help us to deal with those things, you should absolutely send them. I said, but if you're talking about the crime, the strategies that we've employed are clearly working then, and we don't need the support for crime.
Right.
So that's what my stance
right
is.
now. The murder rate is
That's what my stance is. So if they're gonna support all those other things, then absolutely send them. But if they're gonna come, like you said, to potentially cause harm to the community, then no, don't.
They come to shake something up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like he said, he hit it on the head.
Right.
Like, we ain't making this stuff,
No, we're not.
but it's steady magically turning up.
Yeah.
Y'all sitting up there abandoning trains. They abandoning trains that's full of guns. You know what I'm saying? They doing stuff because they want us to kill ourselves off. That's what y'all don't know.
Trucks.
They want us to kill us, so maybe they ain't here to kill us because we killing ourselves off anyway. You know what I'm talking about? Might be just another agenda, but what I'm saying is like, at some point, black people gotta take some type of accountability. We need to be up in these schools. You need to be knocking them niggas up in their head. Hey bro, what you doing? What is you doing? Take your butt to school. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, the Navy used to be able to whoop your ass. And the teachers used to be able to whoop your ass.
Yeah, I think also we need to stop
I definitely got
glorifying.
whoopers.
We definitely need to stop glorifying guns as if it's a plaything, because we see videos, especially drill music,
Right.
and you were right, as far as like during the mid 2000s, 10s, whatever, with the drill scene, it was definitely like, just guns everywhere and killing and smoking on, I ain't want to say the name, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean we had
Smoking
all
on
of
packs, period. Everybody was a pack.
But yeah, I think we just need to start glorifying and yeah, I don't even know where a gun manufacturer is,
Look, I'm pro 2A, so I like guns. I got a number of guns.
But where is the gun manufacturer?
The hood has always bought their guns from white folks. We've always went out, it might be an ex-army guy or ex-guy that know how to, get hold of guns. We've always bought it from them.
Mm-hmm.
Every rip.
Mm-hmm.
You've never got it from no black dude that had a bunch of guns. And at least when I was growing up, gangbanging and all that stuff, we knew who to go get it from. It was always white guys that had that stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's always the white guys.
What do they call it? Is it strawing? Is the key word?
Yeah, straw purchase.
Yeah, straw purchase. So
Yeah,
yeah,
straw purchase.
I mean, it's always been prevalent. So yeah.
All right, so what we gonna do to fix this though? That's what you wanted to ask P. Ray.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts? What needs to happen to fix the issues of the community?
I think there just needs to be more integration. I think
Integration of what?
Black men need to start beating these niggas' butt.
No.
You see them acting up, smack them up. Real talk. That's what needs to happen.
I think integration of different people and their economic status. I don't think you should have a bunch of poor people or, all in one group. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it birds of a feather flock together? So if you are associated with like somebody that's rich or anything like that, you already seen the movie Trading Places?
Mm-hmm.
Basically the same thing. So if you integrate, not what is it called? When white people come into our neighborhood, not that, but like just wealthy black people integrate with every economic status. I think that's one of the ways that we can help our community grow and and feel wealthy.
The number one way to help the community grow is to stop turning a blind eye. You yourself, like he said, you know what I'm saying? We are very influential. Black people in itself is very influential. Martin Luther King was just one person. He was very influential. Malcolm X, these different people. They ain't have no other names tied to them. It was their name. You know what I'm saying? So start with yourself and hold these people accountable. That's what we don't do. We don't hold nobody accountable. I ain't out here telling my brother how, hey, you're not acting like a father. You're abandoning fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? You running around here with all these different women. You having babies every month. Well, you need to sit down somewhere and marry somebody or step it up. You know what I'm saying? And at least be there for your kids and be an example for your kids. We're not telling our homeboys that you sitting there right with your homeboy. They got umpteen baby mamas. And y'all out tonight prowling, looking for hoes. You know what I'm talking about? When you should be holding them accountable. I heard, what's the name was saying that, I think that was David Banner, or somebody was like, I don't hang with niggas that cheat on their girlfriend. Because if you ain't loyal to her, nigga, you ain't gonna be loyal to me.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm talking about? Holding people accountable. Why you out here sleeping with all these different men? You know what I'm talking about? My own girls. You already got umpteen baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? Sit down somewhere. It's not a good look. You bringing too many niggas up in your household around your kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. Hold on. What you think you doing? Get your butt to school.
You just perpetuate that.
We ride past our homegirl son that's supposed to be in school. Now, if I jumped out my car and get in this car like they did me, your mama looking for you. You ain't show up to school, get in this car. You know what I'm talking about? We have to start, like you saying. And hey, if you want to fight, because you know it's going to be a lot of that. Why? Because of how the niggas came now, how the black culture that came now. You can't tell me what to do. Who was you? You can't tell me, hey, we got to go down with a fight. We got to go down with a fight. You my homegirl daughter. And you out here doing whatever you want to do. Yeah, I did snatch your daughter up and throw her in the car and brought her home. We ain't turning a blind eye to it. That's what we need to be out here. Why you out here? Pull your pants up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take the black man to stand up. It's going to take the black woman to stand up. And you can't be scared. Nigga, pull your pants up. You out here looking like a clown. You know what I'm talking about? You're going to have to go into these schools and go into these neighborhoods, and you're going to have to set some law down. And it should have to be from Trump and his National Guard. You know what I'm talking about? It should come from us. That's right next door. You know what I'm talking about? Your kids always with the mama or something like that. Take care of your kids. Where your daughter at? Where your son at? When last time you saw your kids, bro? Y'all niggas need to start asking y'all homeboys that. When last time you saw your kids? When last time you showed up for your kid? Because I went to this football game. Get your kids signed up for something. I see your home. I see your son out here. He looks like you finna go down the wrong path. My homeboy Rutues, he got something going on. Send him over there. I come pick him up. You know what I'm talking about? To make sure that we actively gotta play a role in these people's life. But a lot of us, we got too much going on. We working. We doing this. We doing that. We ain't got time to care about other people. You know what I'm talking about? And that is the problem. Forget the police, forget the military, what we gonna do? You know what I'm talking about? Because if I gotta smack somebody else's kids up, I will. Because you out here acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm finna take you home. Who is this little nigga that you with? You ain't finna go somewhere and get pregnant, and now you ain't going to school. You need to wrap it up. What you need? You need me to let me teach you something, little bro, about safe sex. Don't be fucking these girls out here wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Don't be having kids or whatever like that because you got a whole life in front of you. I want you to go to college. You can do all of that. You know what I'm saying? We only humans. We only human nature. But we are going to do things. You know what I'm saying? All of us was having a little sex around 16 and 17. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But we need to be educating our kids. And we need to stand on business. You know what I'm saying? If you disrespect me, if I disrespect my mom, I got beat the hell up.
Well, of course.
If she got a phone call from the school, she's sitting up in there in the classroom with me. Now you keep on talking and disrespecting the teacher. We don't play those games. These teachers don't even want to call home because the parents are not present. They can't even call home and have a conversation about the status of the student because the parents are not present because you too caught up on cutwaters and twerking and all of this stuff. And that's why I was going back to what my homeboy was saying. He blamed himself because he felt like he could have done more as a father to prevent this. West Side made him. He admitted it. He didn't have nowhere else to go but to admit it. Why? Because now I had to look at my son in the casket.
It's community you go up in. It's community. It's our community, that's all.
And this is what we have to do to really bring our community back together. We have to strong arm these motherfuckers. We have to.
Because I got my ass tore up when I was a kid. And I still went to the joint.
But we went good. I went to jail before too. I did some stuff too.
I still got into trouble. I still got shot up.
But you knew what you was doing though.
Yeah, but the problem is that even though I knew what I was doing, I could have saved myself a lot of years if I would have grew up in an environment.
But just imagine the people who don't even know.
Yeah, but the problem is that knowing is just half the battle. The part that I knew.
You knew to do right.
Yeah,
but you didn't.
But right, because my influence was when I walked outside and I seen every day.
Yeah.
It's what you grow up around. So if the men, if I'm not, like you were saying, if there's not a man or a woman out there that can see a child and say, you know what, that's my child. I'm gonna make sure that child is safe just like my child is. That's the community. If most of my heroes ain't on the cartoons when I'm watching Superman, when I go outside, my hero is the guy that's standing on the corner and he got a bunch of girls around him, he got a slick car, and he got money in his pocket. That's my real hero. That's my reality hero.
But your daddy supposed to be teaching you that ain't your hero.
No, because my daddy hero was the pimp.
Exactly.
You understand? So how is he going to teach me to be any kind of hero if his hero was the pimp? And so who do you think the pimp's hero was?
So this is generation.
It's that's what I'm saying. This, to me, I know the sisters are the weave, so they're going to keep the basket strong. Women have always been that way. But it's the men's fault. Period. End of story. No women, no children, nobody else. It's the men's fault. Because whatever the man lays down, women, what they do is they'll follow because they ain't got time for that shit. They got kids to raise, they got other shit to do, they got life to live. Okay, as long as your laws ain't disrespecting us, cool.
Address what Francois Thompson is saying. Because what Francois, what you have to understand is, you know what I'm saying, before all of this crazy stuff was going on, and even they can vouch for me or whatever like that, because they from the streets, people had people to answer to. Folks weren't just out here doing whatever the hell that they wanted to do. Niggas didn't just do whatever they wanted to do. They had people to answer to for the stuff that they was doing. He said that time he speak up is dead and gone. Right. That's the problem. We keep trying to make black great again. These morals, we honor these YN. These morals, we honor these YNs don't give a fuck about. Not all, but the majority of them. Why do you think that? Because there ain't nobody telling them or holding them accountable for nothing that they're doing. No, not the police. I'm talking about black men.
Yeah, but in a way he's right. He's right though, because what I'm saying is the 90s, we made them.
Right.
The ones that don't give a fuck right now is because even though we were getting our behinds beat, we still didn't give a fuck. All the beatings did for me was made me tougher. All that shit did was discipline me to get credit for the guys who I'm gonna fight in the street. Because I was still doing what I wanted to do. And so now, what do you think the children that's coming up under us gonna do? They're gonna become worse. They're gonna become numb. So then now you got children.
Then that means that y'all not doing y'all job.
It's always.
It says these kids have no one to answer to. Why?
Because there's nobody to.
Because y'all not, as older men and older women, y'all are not doing y'all job.
Not the women. See, that's what I'm trying to say.
No, women too.
No, of course it's going to be your fault in the end. Yeah, you're going to have blame too. But I don't give y'all blame. It's the men, period.
Okay.
And the
because I don't mind blaming none on the man.
No. Women will play their part. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You'll have your own day before God.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when it comes to the institution of keeping the village strong, it's the men's duty to do that. We did not teach our children that. And so now our children are lost. And it's gonna continue to happen until the men finally say, you know what, enough is enough. Not the kids. Forget the kids.
Exactly.
The kids need to see the example.
The men, exactly.
They need to see a different reality. When the kid come out and they see grown-ups taking garbage and throwing it in the trash can instead of throwing it on the floor, now they take their garbage and they throw it in the trash can because their neighborhood says we don't do that.
You do what you see.
Right. When you see more fathers walking down the street with their babies because they're proud of the village they created, instead of single mothers walking around with a bunch of kids around them by themselves, that's when you know the neighborhood changed.
He say you lose your life talking to these YN. These motherfuckers legit have guns. We didn't have guns back. These maybe one motherfucker had a gun out of 5 had a. But this is what I'm finna tell you, Francois Thompson. You need to be ready to die for the motherfucking cause. It's gonna take a lot of bloodshed and people to die for the cause to get these motherfuckers right. You better understand.
It's always been that way. That's par for the course. The last time.
Because we talking about, oh, you gonna die talking to somebody. Hey, at the end of the day, you got a lot of people that was willing to die for the cause. Look at Martin Luther King. Look at all of these different people that was willing to die
for the
cause.
Death should never be anything that you pay attention to because God made sure that you're gonna have to die.
But you can't be scared to talk to none of these YNs because you scared to get killed.
Whether you talk to somebody, whether you hide in a closet,
Yeah.
you're gonna die. You're gonna leave this earth regardless.
It's videos of people in O Block. It's videos of people in O Block. It's videos of people all up in these areas that's predominantly violent, dangerous, and they took the risk because they trying to get the word out there. They trying to, what's the name? If you scared to take a risk or you too scared to get into it with somebody by telling a young black man, pull your pants up and you better than this. I'm out here rooting for you. I'm out here rooting for you. And I know you ain't never been a part of a real team. But I'm rooting for you. You know what I'm talking about? I pray for you every single night. If you scared to say that, because you scared, oh, this YN, he gonna get this disrespectful. He gonna whoa. I don't care about you getting disrespectful. You better than what you doing. Point blank, period. And that's what we need to be telling these niggas. That's what we need to be telling these young girls. I don't care about you getting sassy or you think you tough. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? Look at how you talking. Tone your mouth down. You know what I'm talking about? You at an interview right now. You got some leggings on and you got this on. That's not proper interview attire. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But you're telling her that, but then look at the woman that she's looking at wearing the same attire that's telling her what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I used to have a girlfriend that used to wear the certain type of things, right? But when we go out shopping, the girls that are wearing the same stuff that she's wearing, she would have an attitude with me thinking that I'm looking at the girl. But I'm sitting there saying, you're mad at me, but you're setting up the same guy that you get mad at me about. So you setting up somebody over the clothes you got on. But you mad at me for getting set up by a girl who has the same exact clothes you wear.
Right.
It's all confusion. So how is she going to be able to see those examples? Yeah, we're yelling at them. Yeah, we're telling sisters that they're great. We're telling them that they're queens. We're telling them that they're more than that. But
are black men really doing that?
No. They're TikToking next to the mama. The mama is showing them what a woman is supposed to be. The mama is showing the boy what a woman is supposed to be. The boy is only going to grow up respecting the woman the way the mama shows him how to respect her. So if he say, okay, well, this is the way women are supposed to dress and this is what it is, then it's normal to him. He don't see that. You have to be, that's why I say it's not the children. No, I'm not saying forget the children, but it's not them. They're supposed to get the right of way to do whatever the hell they want to do because we made them. We're supposed to be the example. That means we got to get past ourselves and say we're going to start doing right and be the example. And then whatever child that looks at you and says, that's who I want to be like, that's your seed you plant. That's the generation you change. Every child. You're not going to get them all. It's going to be young. Like when I was young, I used to tell the older guys, man, nigga, you just bad because you older now, nigga, and I'm young and I'm strong, nigga, you hating on me. All along, he was telling me the truth. But at the time, I couldn't get it until I got older. You're going to have the same guys that say the same thing to me, you, and everybody else. Oh, man, y'all don't know. Y'all pass y'all prime until they get older. If they make it to get older.
Chance has a song, and he's like, you know, we don't have those guys that, like my grandfather used to go to McDonald's. He got older and he retired. And it used to be like a group of older black men that would politic.
And they would sit at McDonald's in the morning.
They would sit at McDonald's in the morning. And then all of a sudden it started trickling down to there's no more old men talking about politics and things like that. And then just like you said, no one's making it to that age to have these types of circles and things like, you know, and talk. You know, could you imagine if podcasting was a thing when
nobody says anything?
When
I see disrespectful young people on the train talking any type of way in front of old people. We don't even respect old people anymore.
No.
If somebody stepped up and said, hey, watch how you talking in front of these old people. Matter of fact, stand up and let them sit down. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody is stepping up and saying anything. It is because of fear. Like Francois said. I ain't finna say nothing to this nigga because he might open up a gun and shoot my motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not just fear though, it's an excuse to not step up too.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It's an excuse.
You that scared?
No, they're not that scared, they're that lazy. That's what I'm
I
trying
ain't got nothing to do with
It's
me.
a lazy spirit. It's
Exactly.
just like fear. You don't want to do it because you're on bullshit too. So why would I be a 45-year-old man who's on bullshit, and even though you're 23, why would I teach you to be better than me? Why would I do that? No,
Exactly.
you got to go through it too like I did. So that's a crap. That's selfish.
Yep.
But that's what we do to our youngins.
My bad, I missed the whole convo. So what we talking about, y'all? Let me get back in the mix.
Well, I was just
I had to show my office off.
Oh,
well, I was just saying, you had
No.
I was just basically just saying that we don't have any old men anymore that will go and talk, you know, in a circular thing that we're doing now,
Right.
in the McDonald's or Burger King, and talk about politics and talk about life and things like that. And,
Yeah, we do. We got plenty of them. We just gotta ask them though. I've sat on plenty of porches. Like I said earlier, the biggest I don't be recording.
Got it.
See, for me, I'm getting the knowledge and I'm trying to pass the wisdom down to the people that's willing to listen. So now I'm the vessel, you know what I mean? I'm the conduit. I understand my role. My role ain't always to cut the camera on and having people follow me. I don't even really like being in front of cameras, to be honest, but the reality is I'm from this community and I'm the only one that I know from this community that's doing it, that came up like this. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that's in these spaces, man, they might have grew up in Austin, but they didn't go to Austin. They didn't go to Douglas. They didn't go to Howell. I did. I came up through the trenches, if you will, for real. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, I also grew up going to summer camp. I also grew up having a nanny. You know what I mean? A babysitter is what they were called. Just saying, you don't know me to say scared when you mention me. I don't know what the heck they're talking about. What happened? You know what I'm saying? But
I think it's a delayed reaction.
Yeah. No, it's a little delayed in terms of what a video is playing. But yeah, man. So my thing is, I take the nuggets and I share the nuggets as I need to. And you know, the thing is, yeah, there's plenty of older men, but you have to approach them, and you are going to get turned away by a lot of them. Like I said, I will never forget running for office for the first time and going to a laundromat. I got my clipboard, and my name is Deondre Rutues, and you know, I really want to represent the community. I think it's time for, you know, younger leadership, somebody that's been really involved, and I would just love to get your signature. Older black man, go on here and get away from me. You ain't gonna change nothing no way, so you might as well just keep on moving. I said, damn, you don't want to give me a chance? I'm a young black man from the community that just want to do good. I mean, you know, and man, go on so well. So I take my clipboard, I walk away, head down, I'm sad. I come back, man, you know what? What if I was your son though, man? Would you tell me the same thing? Man, look me square in the eye. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Yes, I would tell you that because you ain't gonna change nothing, man. You ain't gonna make a difference out here. Look out here. Ah, man. Turn back around, head down again. Black woman say, "Oh, come on, baby, I'll sign your petition for you." So she signed it. She don't sign this petition. You know, tell the old man, no, I'm not gonna sign that. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna get mad with that too?
So it was stubbornness.
I don't know what it was, man.
Self-hatred.
I mean, possibly. I don't know. I'm not gonna diagnose this man and say what it was. The reality is, what he said was, "You're not going to change anything." That's all he's looking at. There's a lot of apathy in our community. A lot of people have been in these positions for so long where they feel like there is no up. This is the only thing that is available to them is the drugs and the guns and the trash that we see every day. And that's what they believe, that all the west side, south side, and where black people mostly reside is all that they have. And then you have a political process in which you see a bunch of people come out the woodwork when it's time to run and say that they're gonna be the best representative of the community. That's not the right. That's not. You know, you don't even be knowing these kids. Like nobody know them from knee high to tree high. You feel me? How are you supposed to know that they're the best representative if they don't really be knowing what's going on for real? Man, so people just very apathetic now, man. They don't want to be involved in the process because they don't feel like the process worked for them.
Well, I guess just from my perspective, I think
He said no one is scared. You don't know me to say scared when you mention me. Who are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know what y'all. I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Francois Thompson. Who are you addressing? Who's scared? Who said you was scared? He said no one is scared. You don't know me to say scared when you mention me.
I think it was a delayed reaction from before you left, but no, I mean, I think that I think collectively, I take a different approach because as I was saying about Laquan McDonald, so I was working at a credit union downtown when all the riots and stuff were breaking out and protesting. Well, not riots, but protesting. I was breaking out, and it was a lady come, and she was like, you need to get off work. You need to come protest with us. And I was like, nah. I said, I could protest in a different way. I can use my voice. I can use my pen because I'm educated. I can do a lot of things. I think Facebook was just like, I think Facebook Live was just a new concept at the time. And I was just like, well, I can go live and talk to the people that I know. I got like 2,000-3,000 people as on as a friend or whatever. I said I can do it that way. I can do it like something like this, but I don't need to be, marching and doing all those other things. And I think that we need to explore a lot of options and not just limit it to like just being mad all the goddamn time. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like if we approach situations mad, then we get caught up in being very emotional. And when you're emotional, you do stupid stuff. Most of the time.
Sometimes people can confuse anger with passion.
Yeah, and
so it's just it's a fine line you got to walk. You know what I mean? Most black people, from my experience, we're more passionate than angry. We get upset easy, but our passion is what drives us.
Yeah, we too damn emotional, man.
But of course,
we too goddamn emotional.
We're emotional people.
Nah, man, but that's a problem, though.
That's passed down.
That's who we are.
It's passed down trauma.
We've been that way since we've been on this earth.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to harness it. We have to harness
drums is what. Think about bass and drums, war sounds.
Right.
That's what gets us.
Right.
Gets us popping. Gets us.
Yeah, I receive it.
That's what we are.
But we got to learn how to channel it, though, man, because. Our emotion is what gets the best of us. These young men that's out today, we talk about these YNs, that's emotion running through them.
Of course it is.
And that's nothing wrong with having emotion, but when it's channeled into destruction in the way that we have done so most recently, that's not good.
Yeah, just look at the music alone, just drill music. Like it's a lot of emotion. When you kill my brother, now I gotta go spin a block. That takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of anger.
I ain't even talking about that type. I'm talking about the instantaneous type where you step on a shoe or you bump or you know what I mean.
It's the same. It's all in the same thing.
Stepping on the shoe is old school. I just came outside with something fresh and
Oh, so you're saying the old school?
Man, the '90s made this. That's what I'm saying. The Generation X is what created Generation Z and these millennials.
Right.
We ruined it for them. We took their child.
I always blame y'all. I always blame Gen X, man. What was y'all at in the fight, man?
Y'all remember
What was
how
y'all at in the fight?
you would be if you cocked your head to a certain side?
That's right.
You know, that was so scary.
Wearing our back pockets and
Oh my
stuff
God.
like that. We taught them that stuff. But think about it.
You should have broke into the left, man.
We were calling women B's, we were calling them H's, and all of that way back in the '90s. So now you got the women coming up rapping hardcore, telling you their story, and now you got
it is just a little evolution.
They're crying now. They're crying.
It's a little evolution because I swear you go back and listen to Trina, you like, hold on.
Y'all bogus. Y'all took Jive Turkey and said bitches. Y'all is bogus.
And then to created monsters.
Yeah.
Now you got these sisters harder than the brothers rapping. And now you mad because of what you created. No, you made it, now eat it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
You know, we made these youngins. Remember we used to be able to worship our stars and stuff, Michael Jordan, unfettered. We didn't have to worry about nobody coming on Twitter and saying nothing crazy. But as soon as players like LeBron James come out, what do our generation do? You ain't better than our generation. Man, let go. It's these youngins' time now. They're the shit. They got the internet. They got the technology. Congratulate the youngins and then show them how to maneuver through life so they don't make the same mistakes we made so they can be better. That's it. Stop hating on and talking about Jordan. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I know we ain't even on this. I'm from the 90s. If LeBron James' story would have been written, its entire book, everything he did, and it was written in the 90s, guess what we would have said? That's humanly impossible. LeBron ain't even supposed to be real. He's supposed to be something that we thought back then was humanly impossible. We would have laughed at the story. We would have talked about, and guess who they say he beaten too? Some guy named Steph Curry that shoots and then turns around and doesn't even look. The story would have been amazing. We would have said, no way in hell. And then now that we see him, we act as if like, oh, that's always, we see something better. No, we didn't.
To her point, acting oblivious.
We've never seen a human being ever like that in our entire lives. And that's
but people don't care.
No,
that's the thing.
Because we made them not care. Because we did it. We taught the youngest not to give a fuck. That's why you got now glazing. Now if you say stuff like that, you glazing somebody. Now everything is feminine. Now you got to say pause, damn near everything you say because you constantly thinking gay.
You can't eat a glizzy either.
You cannot eat a glizzy.
You can't even eat hot dogs and
You
stuff.
can't eat a hot dog.
You shouldn't be eating hot dogs no more anyway.
Yeah, but you see
Full
how-
of bullshit.
Look how
Look
feminine we become.
But in the same instance,
Look how feminine we become because
Or
of
if you have emotion.
I ain't gonna lie, I think it's the weed. I think it's the weed.
no,
I'm afraid in that lab weed.
it's the
Yes, because it's the systematic things that they
I
put
sure
on the
is.
street to keep us. Weed, it probably is weed.
Y'all
Alcohol.
saw they clone Tyrone, right?
Black people don't smoke weed till the end of the
Yeah, that was weird though. And I believe that. That was weird.
What was weird about it?
What was weird is that the weirdest part is when he thought that the dude had got killed and then he saw him walking down. And then he saw him and he like, nah, I just saw you get shot up. You know what I'm saying? But then you right back here on the streets and stuff like that. That's what's weird about it. And honestly, I believe that. I believe they kill certain people. But if the people make a lot of money, and they can make a lot of money off of that name, or then they clone.
I brought it up because I was talking about the control
Like, we
methods.
still got money to make off Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, right.
Cause they say Martin, when you type in Martin Lawrence, I typed in Martin Lawrence just to watch his episodes. The first thing that popped up is Martin Lawrence clone.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't know. Yeah, they probably doing it, but I'm only talking about the control measures, the food, the music, the church, the liquor, right? I'm talking about the story within it and how they were using that to control us. And then we put that stuff in our body, and then they play the music and turned us into drones, turned us into mindless zombies that follow whatever they wanted us to do. That's what I'm talking about with the movie. And so what I say, but what I say, look, we love cup water now. Cup water thing. What's in the cup water?
No, I don't love cup water.
I'm just saying, the reality is 98% of the hood love cup water now.
But that's trend.
Right, it's trendy, but
before then it was Monaco.
now he said Don Julio. So what Popeyes gonna do? The Don, it's the little Don. Now what Popeyes gonna do? They did a Don Julio Popeyes collab.
They did?
Yes. They did a Don Julio's Popeyes collab. Who that's targeted to? Who that's targeted to? Stop it. I'm just saying though, we gotta realize that there are many systems that are being put in place that is controlling us. We talking about the emotionality of our young people. We talk about the feminization of our black men. We talk about the aggressiveness of our black women. Yet we drinking fucking cup waters and smoking lab grown weed.
Yeah.
That's because they can't enslave us how they used to.
Yeah, no, they can.
No, I'm saying
Them
like
folks have
physically,
studied
they
us.
have to enslave us with these different tactics.
Well, it doesn't matter because the mental can be broken way faster than the physical can be broken way faster than the mental ever can.
Yeah, and they found that out.
You saw the GLP.
With Jim Crow, they found that out.
It's marketed to us.
It's working.
Is it?
They're breaking us.
It's working.
Just like horses, they're breaking us. It's working.
The GLP shot, I think, it's definitely
Ozempic.
Yeah, the Ozempic.
Wegovy. It's only being marketed to us, huh?
Yep.
And you know that thing causes bone density loss?
Even the BBLs. I mean,
I'm so
white
tired of
people get
BBLs.
BBLs too, but they threw that on us.
All white people getting BBLs? I can't.
They do. They do.
Do they?
The Mexicans do too, but
Nah,
predominantly black people.
Nah.
My best friend, she
Is your best friend white?
She Mexican.
Yeah, no, Hispanic women are getting it for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy. I'm tired of BBLs, man.
White women been doing it, but they just don't do it with the booty. They get boob jobs.
Bring back natural.
They're into boob jobs.
Yeah. I like thick women. I like healthy women.
Healthy.
I like healthy women. Yes,
Healthy.
look good. Ain't nothing wrong with look good. You feel me? We gonna have to get in the gym and work it out together though, because I don't like mine, so I can't like yours.
That's
But
baby fat.
I like
So
it.
if niggas don't like the gut, why y'all be kissing and sucking on the stomach?
wait a minute, we done turned it. Okay, cut the lights off. It's the after hour session.
Cause that be making me feel self-conscious. I be like, Lord, please leave my stomach alone.
Oh shit. I mean, it's look, men like women. You feel me? That's all.
Men love women.
Men love women.
Men
period.
will worship a woman if
That's
you're
a fact.
Natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
It don't
I
matter.
say being careful because God don't want you to worship nothing but Him.
Mm.
But a woman will ask you to worship her, and a man will do it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because we love women.
Yeah,
That's the
for sure.
greatest gift God has ever given a man.
Yeah.
A woman.
No question. No question.
That's why I be telling people when they be talking about some, what you bring to the table, what a woman brings to the table, A woman in itself is the table.
Well, I will say the table.
Okay, if we not, then why did God make us? Like you said, Adam was here first and he had everything. Why did he have to make a woman? Because the story was not complete
I think
without
the
a woman.
table concept
It didn't feel like home without the woman.
No,
It's
they're the
invisible.
gift. They're the gift, bro. They
Yeah.
are the gift.
He
agree,
was missing
but
something.
she said the table.
With the table, you couldn't even go on with he had everything. Adam had everything in the book of Genesis. He had everything: the sea, the mountains, the sky, the animals. He had every single thing, and it still did not feel right. He needed a woman to complete him. So we are the table. He did not feel
God
complete.
said that man shouldn't be alone. It
Right.
wasn't up to Adam.
What you mean? So that's God saying
Yeah,
that
God
you need
saying
a
that.
woman.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That was God. Adam didn't even say it. God did.
God said that, yeah.
It ain't right without a woman.
No, no. We shouldn't be alone. We have to have a woman.
Exactly. And his table was set. Am I correct?
Well, no, it wasn't set until he got that. Yeah, once he got
He
that
had
woman,
everything.
yeah, once he got the woman.
The man said, what you bring to the table
Yeah.
that I can't do for myself.
Yeah, he's complete. No,
Right?
No, you will never be complete without a woman.
Exactly. Because we
You're
made
you're
the
supposed
house
to have one.
a home. He made his house, the woman made his house a what? A home.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's what we bring to the table. Us. Us.
Yes, but a woman has to be careful that she don't take advantage of that power either, because she has to realize you're his helpmate.
Right.
Remember that. You're his helper. You're not his dictator. You're not his leader. You're not his runner. You're his helpmate. You're supposed to make him better.
Facts.
But is these men these days in leadership able to take on as leadership role?
No, there's some men that don't.
And me
deserve
following you?
I ain't gonna lie, I think we veered into a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, that's a different one for a different day. So I think we could come back to it. That's not a problem.
Okay.
I kind of missed, because I'm gonna go ahead and start winding it down. I wanted, and because I missed what you all were saying about how you would, remedy the situation we have now in the community. So I know you were saying
integrating.
integrating.
Yeah.
So
Because let me elaborate. So we integrate just like how in the 60s, 50s, and 60s, the American dream. So I think every household had two parents.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They both had jobs. They had a car and everything like that. And you had some bullshit or whatever, but our black communities had, a lifestyle and a just they had something to live for. They
But
had
it wasn't
something
rich. It wasn't popular.
Oh no, not rich or popular. We just had something to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like now our generation or this, we don't have anything to lose, and so we just do anything. And so that's why I said we should integrate the economic statuses of everybody. Let's bring everybody together. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people moved out to the suburbs in the 80s and 90s, and I was like, fuck them, in the projects and all this stuff. I think we just got away from like taking care of each other. Instead of, you know what I'm saying? I think if we integrate, then we'll see less bullshit. It's just a theory. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it's just a theory, because I think a lot of people say, I don't want to live around niggas. And black people in itself, but I digress.
And what you said about the situation outside, how we gonna fix it?
I said strong arm.
And what would
Now,
mean strong arm?
Strong arm meaning exactly what I said, strong arm. You know what I'm saying? Meaning
Snatch them off the streets.
snatch them up, talk to them, tell them, hey, this ain't the life that you need to be living. Going up in these high schools, holding these young men accountable, pull your pants up. Hey, this is what we gonna do. You ain't on the block today. I want you to come over here and work with my gardening business, or you know what I'm saying, landscaping business, or you know what I'm saying, taking them off the streets. Just really strong on them, letting these females know, what are you doing?
And I think
what are you doing? You running around?
And I think that's what led to these conversations.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I thought about it, when I was like, but him himself said, you'll lose your life. Talking to these YN, these MFs legit have guns. We didn't have guns back in the back. These may be one motherfucker had a gun out of 5 had a gun.
How far he's back he's talking?
I don't know.
I mean, we all
Says
90s
no one is
babies,
scared.
80s babies.
You don't know when
growing
you're
up,
scared.
coming
Okay,
of
but
age
you
in the
saying you
90s
can't say
and
nothing to him
1000s.
because you might get shot. So is you gonna say something to him, or you ain't gonna say
If
something
you
to
talking
him?
about the 90s, we had guns galore.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, too many guns.
Shit.
But y'all had honor though. Y'all didn't shoot kids.
I said it was somebody to answer to. You weren't just out here just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just out here just shoot a kid and the mama and all of that.
Yes. In the 90s, yes.
Yes, but I'm saying it went to that.
No, the
Yeah,
90s
It
was
went to that,
stretching.
but before it
Especially
was
around the projects.
it was people set up. When Larry Hoover and them was out here, it was people set up to handle stuff like that. You couldn't just be out here killing kids.
Yeah, but it's trying to figure out how to do the right right thing while doing the wrong thing at the same time, which equals nothing but confusion.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is, yeah, we had more stability back then, but it was still madness.
Mhm.
Only thing that's gonna come out of madness is more madness.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, we can talk about what we had back in the days, but we're really gaslighting. Because we're telling the youngest that, yeah, we was doing this back in the days, but to be honest with you, it really wasn't shit. That's what we supposed to tell them.
Right.
Yeah, we had all this, yeah, we was getting whoopings, but guess what? It wasn't shit, because a lot of us didn't listen, because a lot of us are your parents, and you see how we acted now.
Man, for real.
So that we need to just tell you, leave the youngest alone. The youngest have to see the example. The men have to be the ones that set the example, and these grown women. They have to go outside and they have to see us coming together, creating what? Unity, small events.
Community, family.
Family,
Yeah.
right? Then the youngins will come up to you and they want to see if they're curious of what's going on. And if they learn from that,
Yeah.
amen.
Yeah.
If they walk past it, still amen.
Yeah.
Their life ain't over with, but we have to kick it off. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, going to these youngins trying to, now, back in the day, they used to snatch me off the street. Them Islamic brothers used to, I had to piss
But
them
it
off
ain't
and
the old
they
people
snatch
that's
you off the
doing a lot of this stuff. So now that since it's the young people doing all of this stuff, he asking what you gonna do about it.
Well, he just said,
You
get
just
back
said
to
we
the,
gotta be an example, but we ain't the one.
Right.
We ain't the kid boys out here stealing kids.
We
So you
created-
need a boy
yeah,
who out here
but
stealing a
his-
kid. What you gonna do?
We created the kid stealers. We
Okay,
made
but we trying to clean it up now.
Okay, so we
So
come
what we
so
gonna
what
do?
he's saying is the men have to stand up.
Right.
He's saying the
That's what I
brothers.
said.
Yeah, that's what,
The
right,
men-
you
You gonna
said,
have to
you
say
said,
something to these guys.
No,
Yeah.
I know, say something, but you got to be an example too. They have to see you
Right,
at work.
right.
What I'm saying is they got to see you talking to each other every day.
Right.
Hey, what's up, black man? Oh
Yeah.
man, give me a man, it's good. And you don't even know the brother.
right.
Man, it's good to see you. How
But
you
it's a
shine.
lot of older black men out here that's going to work. Is y'all telling them to go to
You're
work?
saying go to work. That's one thing. I'm saying what they see every day when they're walking
Yeah.
outside. They have
Right.
to see a community.
Yeah.
They can't, yeah, go to
You
work.
think they don't wake up in the morning and see people going to work every day?
No, not the job. I'm talking about the love.
What are you talking about? We are talking about development in the neighborhood. So they gotta have something to do every single day.
Yes.
So you think that they don't see working citizens every single day going to work?
Yes, but it's not about just the job. You have to have it within you to want to do anything. You have to have inspiration to want to do anything.
You have to have discipline.
Well, yes, too, but inspiration. You have to be inspired by something to even have discipline.
And
got
you
to be
think
inspired.
they ain't inspired and they didn't probably watch their granny or their granddaddy who was at a job for 40 some years?
Because my family worked all their life and I wasn't inspired. I knew that you needed a job to work and I knew it was honest, but not me. I'm running the streets, gang, doing all kinds of stuff.
Cause they let you.
No, you can't. No, well, for boys.
They let you.
No, listen. Once a boy gets a certain age, there's nothing the parents can do really too much anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But the police can.
of course, that's why we go.
So
to
it ain't nothing your daddy could do, ain't nobody in your family could do, but the police could do.
a lot of us are growing up single mother, single father. Most of us we're not growing up with both things. So to have the father to have that balance of to show strength, to
Right.
show that you don't need
Yeah,
to cry
that's
here,
right.
but it's okay to cry here. And then the mother does her part and plays. So that it's an imbalance. So if you got a bunch of boys growing up without that strength, what do you think is
Well,
going to happen?
and this
They
is
growing
part
up
of,
without that strength because the men in the neighborhood are not stepping up.
Right.
well,
That's what I'm
yeah.
telling you.
But
Yeah, and
not
that's
right.
a difficulty, right? So, cause you, two things can be true. Two things can be
No,
true.
she's-
Both of them
One,
are-
you could
No,
ask.
she's telling the truth.
Right, now so I said
And
two
you
things
are-
can be true though. One, you could ask the men in the community to step up and be the fathers of fatherless children. And it is also not their responsibility.
It is their responsibility. That's what I'm trying to
But
tell you.
that's why I said two things is true though.
No, that's the spirit we lost. It's always been our responsibility. The moment man put us on this earth, we are the
We are
vice
each other's
generals of it.
Other
Period.
responsibility.
We are
Yeah.
the rulers of it. That means in our community, wherever goes on bad, it's our fault.
Yeah.
We have to do that. If you can look at another child that's not yours and say that's not yours, something wrong with you.
Yeah,
Your soul is gone.
yeah.
I can every
I
time
looked at women on drugs and said I can help them, but I really don't. Should I take out the effort, the time?
Yeah, of course you take out the effort and the time.
But they already want to.
Because you don't know when God's gonna take it from you. No, but they don't want to. But you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
Every time I see these kids out here, all I see is power. All I see is future.
Yeah. So I was asked a question today about like what would I do? That's why I asked y'all. And so I had 3 things. I'm always got 3 things. So I said we need to reestablish these closed down manufacturing facilities because at our height we were able to provide for ourselves and our community through manufacturing. Now I understand that America is not a manufacturing country anymore and we're moving into a different industry. But we have to be ahead of the curve and go into that industry and reinvigorate these abandoned properties with that industry.
Right.
Whatever that industry is going to be, we have to utilize it because that's what we used to be able to build with. We had jobs where we could walk to work, and then if we lost that job, you go across the street and go get another job.
Right.
That's how we support ourselves. So that's number one. If
those
opportunities were available right there, then we could go get them young people,
Right.
go round them up. Man, you might as well get off the corner and go look. There's jobs right there.
And they taught them clerical too. They ain't just teach them just working in no warehouse. They taught them clerical jobs, business administration, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I will also say though, in addition, because I mentioned earlier, having a rites of passage type of school where then we can learn about our culture and history, what we aren't taught in school or what our parents aren't teaching us. I would, in addition, add a financial component to it as well to understand, that investment piece that we weren't taught, that credit development piece, right? So that once we get of age, we can now go into ownership. It isn't about just working for somebody. Because if we continue to work for somebody, we'll never have anything. You know what I mean? And then the last thing I would say is that to the point with men stepping up, I want to get to a space where we do real, true community policing, where we can handle our smaller issues that don't involve the police department. So if I kill you, man, we got to get the police involved. Right. But if we have a fist fight, if I steal from you, if we just have a disagreement that can be settled amongst a tribal or tribunal of individuals from the community that's trusted and wise, then we do that. And that's called community policing, where
that's
we can actually read it.
Come out.
However it needs to be. However we gotta do it. But we need those were my answers to what's plaguing us today. You know what I mean? And I think we need a combination of everything that was shared today in order to actually advance as a community. Because we need something different. We can't just keep relying on what we've been had.
Yeah.
You also need land, artistic outlet too.
I mean, that's a lot of land.
Yeah,
if you look over there where Shark said, let's see all that shit available. All that
we could buy one land if we don't have this city mindset where we gotta wear Mary jeans and Jordans and all of that. We could buy a lot of land. Like he said, he ain't gonna buy no Jordans. He bought Rutues Center.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Jordan 1s, they don't afford this. I got the affordable Jordans. For real, man.
When if 15 to 20 black men did what he did?
Man, we wouldn't have any abandoned properties. We wouldn't have any abandoned properties. That's because Madison Street, this street right here, from if we went from Laramie just to Cicero, and how much is available right here?
Also, I think even if we do have other races in our community, we have to demand that they reinvest in our community as well, like the gas stations and the sharks and the whales and all that stuff.
Stop just giving it to these foreigners.
Yeah, I mean, because
they just send it back to their crib. And again, I don't see nothing wrong with it, but the reality is, and I'm talking about from a business perspective. There's nothing wrong with making your money when you're gonna make your money at. But if we giving our money away so another family can build their own, then
Yeah, I mean, we should like demand 10-15%
Like
of
you invest in your people.
You know, I heard
a tax.
a
We
story.
need to build another Bollywood and make them wanna set it on
Yeah.
fire like they did last time.
We one of the stories that were shared to me about like policing, and so one of the officers was saying that no, it was somebody that used to be locked up. He said he was telling me that he was locked up and he was pulled into the office of one of the officers, and he going back and forth jab with him like, man, fuck you, blah, 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 all that shit. So he said he looked at a picture on his desk. Oh man, some beautiful kids, man. And he said the officer was like, well, thank you. And then he looked in the back. Damn, y'all got a big old boat back there and everything. He said the officer started smiling like, yeah, you and your buddies, y'all paid for that. He said, y'all are making, y'all, you see them 2 kids right there? Y'all sent them to school. That boat, y'all paid for that.
Yeah.
Said, my family is living good because of y'all. Thank y'all so much.
They want to feel the beds up.
Dude said, I stopped smiling at that point. At that point, I ain't see nothing funny no more.
They want to fill them beds up. It's something, I don't understand how they get money for people being in the penitentiary.
Slavery has always been.
Oh, that's free labor. That's
Yeah,
super
for
free
sure.
labor right there. You get super cheap labor in prison. And you
But
break
you
up the
taking
black
care of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing stuff that nobody want to do. I mean, especially in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, all them soaps
They
and
built
little
them up.
toothpastes and all these.
They gotta be getting some more than free labor though. It's something more than free labor.
Think about it. If I can get a contract to build a highway, but I ain't gotta give him $70,000 a year, and I can get somebody in prison
Right.
to build it for.
I think that goes back to the P. Ray thing.
So I went to
It got to be federally funded. They must be getting this money from the government.
No, you're right.
They getting this from the Republic because y'all want to fill these beds so bad.
Yeah, when the penitentiaries are filled up in certain neighborhoods outside the skirts,
Right.
to get more government funds, they'll count the
Yeah, they have to count the people there.
for their,
Yeah.
for their community.
Yeah.
Even though the prisoners don't live there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's how they get more
So
funds.
that's what there's been a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
movement
something- it's
to
something
get
more
the
than
people
just free
counted to where they live, not
Right.
for that area, that small rural town that
They'll
they
count it for
are
that
living in. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't
Then they
try to
get-
get them to not be counted for that area to get
Right.
counted for where they're from. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. All right, y'all. We're gonna start winding down, man. Give y'all, if y'all want to do some final thoughts or something. I don't know, man.
I just appreciate the time, man. I appreciate it.
I think like I said, I like to hitch my wagon to somebody that's very smart, has direction and things like that. And I'm not saying I'm a follower, but also like I just I admire Dr. Rutues,
Appreciate it.
and then also Jesse was also there with Martin, and so I feel like I'm a Jesse Jackson, and he Martin, and so
I'm Malcolm, dog.
okay, well, Malcolm, somebody was there with Malcolm. I just want to be in the room. But I appreciate Dr. Rutues, very much. We've been strong, 23, 4, or 5 years, whatever it was. And so, and I just want to be a part of the community and do well and be a great example. I'm from the West Side. I live South, and I want to combine everybody together and just figure out these problems, have solutions to these problems. And so those are my final thoughts.
Yes, sir. You got anything? BB?
My final thought is if you want to help the community and be a voice for your community, first of all, if you're a black man, you need to hold these young black men accountable. You need to hold yourself accountable, and you need to hold these black men accountable. Meaning, when you see them and their pants is all down, tell them to pull their pants up. If you see a job opportunity, tell them about the job opportunity. If you see that they're not going to school, ask them why. Why you not going to school? You look like you about 15, 16 years old, but you don't go to school. I see you out here every single day. You know what I'm saying? Go and talk to their parents and see what's going on. My mother was a special education teacher. She go to your house. Cause I'm trying to see why he ain't never in school.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We have to start from the ground. You know what I'm saying? Working the neighborhood, working the streets, you know what I'm saying? Asking questions and stuff like that. It may be a young boy out here, people trying to kill him. Maybe you could try to mediate that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Do something. These young women, if you are an older woman, you know what I'm saying, and you want to see the black young women thrive, women period, thrive. Start telling them, hey, it ain't worth it. The way this guy's treating you, it's not right. Keep your legs closed. Hey, I got this thing going on at the Rutues Center. You know what I'm saying? I want you to come and get some empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Let me take you to church. You need to be offering everything that possibly that you could be offering to these young kids, because it's 2025, it's social media out here, and there's too much other influence. We need to take back the influence, and that's through conversation, like how we doing now. That's through conversation. What you say, being an example,
Right.
showing up, you know what I'm saying, and really, really doing the footwork and putting your hands and your feet in the pot to try to stir this up and make sure that it's an actual good meal coming out of it,
Yeah.
and not just you know, fuckery all the time. Because at the end of the day, when we look at every day and we on social media, it's always some fuckery going on. From the guy Tug getting killed, before that it was some other stuff going on. Before that, Miller, it was a boy, he was on the camera and his child got killed. Remember, he was at the car wash. He was at the car wash and they shot up his little girl. Like, it's just too much going on, and there's too many things that we could be doing to try to prevent it. If you're a woman and you know that you deal with a nigga that niggas is looking for and people want to kill, don't have your kids in the car with them. You don't be riding around with them. You know what I'm saying? We, as black people and as people, period, we have to start using our brains. And y'all need to come to the Rutues Center.
Hey.
Come to the Rutues Center.
Good time.
You trying to get some empowerment? You trying to learn something?
Yeah, we got
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
We got that by the boatload.
Yeah, we got that by the boatload. Look for your resources,
Oh, yeah.
people, West Side
Yeah,
people,
facts.
tonight.
Yeah.
Look for your resources. You got people that's from the West Side just like you, that been through a lot of stuff in their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is putting on for you, that love you, that believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of y'all ain't never been a part of the team. Y'all know how to be a part of the team. Y'all know how to do something positive. But we are rooting for you.
Yeah.
And we gonna show you. You know what I'm saying?
And I also want to add to that, my goal is to continue to bring people into the fold. So I am always humbled by the people that, you know, see the work that I do and want to be a part of it. And so if you see this work and you want to be a part of it, you got plenty of work to do. So come on and be a part of it.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you.
That was amazing. Oh, you supposed to take the little
Yeah, I got you. Let me get that box over there. I'm gonna cut it off so I can. Hey.
Hey, I was just letting you know I was at the door.
Oh, hey T. Open the door for me, bro. My front door.
Yeah, because I had locked the door.
Okay, there you go.
You ain't gotta lock the door. We good over here.
Is this stick on here? Or it come off? It's just stick.
No.
It's good right here.
It's a podcast, bro. I got something to display too.
I remember you said you couldn't turn it.
Put it on display so folks could. You know, I gotta start making bread, man. It's time. It's time. It's time to make some